Have you ever felt sluggish or unhealthy while traveling? Well, not on your next trip, because in this video, I'm going to share 8 tips with you that you can do so you can still feel great and train your best while traveling. Hey, it's Coach Eric bringing you weekly training and racing tips to improve your off-road triathlon experience. So if you're new here, please consider hitting that red subscribe button. But as you know, it is extremely frustrating to feel fit, healthy, and frankly, stick to your training plan while traveling. Never fear, because I was just talking with one of my athletes a few weeks ago, and she was in an extremely good mood because she had just returned from her recent work trip and she had implemented these 8 tips that I'm going to share with you right now. Tip 1, compression socks. You've got to wear these. You're sitting in the car, you're sitting at the airport, you're sitting in the airplane, you're sitting in the rental car. You're sitting way more while you're traveling than you would ever at work. Even if you have an office job, at least you can stand up, sit back down, and so on. So you've got to wear these. They help prevent the pooling of blood that occurs from prolonged sitting. They help increase circulation. If you don't have the compression, you're just more likely to feel legs to feel sluggish, and then you're really not going to feel like training, and then you just feel lousy, and then it's a slippery downhill slope from there. They come in all kinds of fun colors. I wear black ones to work. Wear these as much as you can while traveling. Tip number 2 is you got to walk. These compression socks are not magic, so you got to keep moving. You got to keep the circulation and the blood flowing, which will help your muscles feel better while traveling. Now, if you've got some majorly heavy carry-ons, I don't want you dragging those around the airport. So that may cause you to get a little bit creative with this one. Maybe have someone watch your stuff while you do a lap or two you're traveling with, and then rotate. But you got to keep your legs moving. Don't just sit there at the airport terminal. If you're in the car at a rest stop, get out, stay a little bit longer, walk a little bit more to get that blood flowing before you sit back down. Tip 3, hydrate. This is so important. You can Google the symptoms of dehydration, but I'll save you the time. You're basically just going to feel like crap. You've got to keep drinking more water than you normally would. I put an electrolyte tab for every domestic flight. And continue to drink until your pee is clear, and then you can back off. If you want to drink alcohol or caffeine, which a lot of experts will say to avoid while traveling, if that's the opposite of a good time for you to avoid that stuff and you have to have it, do it, but then try to follow it up with a glass of water or electrolyte in between. I like to bring a large water bottle, usually 24 ounces, but any water bottle from home, and just fill it up after I go through security, or you can buy a bottle afterwards. But you just want to make sure you're hydrating. I can't say it enough. Have I said it enough? Hydrate. Tip 4, eat. I'm not sure what's worse, eating all the crappy airport and airline food, or not eating from the time you leave your house till you get to your destination. But you've got to eat. And if you want to feel healthy, you've got to eat healthy. And this can be challenging. There are places that are getting better, but you've really got to search for the healthier foods, the healthier restaurants, so that you feel healthier overall. When you're actually on the plane, a few quick suggestions really is things like nuts, like raw almonds, Brazil nuts, walnuts, something that's filling, healthy fats, some protein. And then supplementing that with fruit of some kind, so whether that be a banana, an apple, dried fruits like apricots or goji berries are some of the things that can help curb that hunger and have it be a nutritious snack. Also some seeds you could add, like pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, something like that. Okay, tip 5 is standing dynamic movements. If you're not able to walk around, practice some of the dynamic movements while standing, whether you're waiting just to get onto the flight or if you're actually on the plane. Half squats, pelvic rotations. You'll see me doing those, outside the bathroom and the actual airplane, or doing some lunges down the aisle a little bit. If that's kind of embarrassing for you, you can actually do them inside the bathroom. There are cramped spaces, but if you just kind of get some movement going, and if nothing else, stand up, do the bracing sequence to reset. I'll put a link in the upper right so that you can go over that a little bit more if you want. But just to kind of reset and get your body back into that regular position after that prolonged sitting. Tip 6, dynamic movements while sitting. You might be stuck in that window seat next to 2 sleeping people, and you don't want to disturb them, but I think you should get up. I mean, they're not the ones that have to feel good for your next workout, but if you have to sit or you just don't want to get up anymore, do some toe raises, calf raises, do the alphabet with your foot. Just get those movements going, moving head rotations, maybe some shoulder shrugs, just to kind of keep that movement going even while you're sitting. The less movement you do and the more you just sit, the worse you're probably going to feel prior to your next workout, or even when you get to your destination, whether it be you're not feeling like working out, not feeling like eating normally, or not even just feeling like going out and having a good time, having that sluggish feeling. So every 30 to 60 minutes at the most, try to hit that range, stand up, bracing sequence, movements of some kind, short walk, whatever you can do, just keep moving. Tip 7 is wear something you can work out in, or actually put it in your carry-on. Now, this hasn't actually happened to me, but one of my athletes, she went on a work trip and they actually sent her bag somewhere else. And so they did deliver it to her, but it was actually 2 days later. And so this just caused, unnecessary stress because she didn't have clothes to work out in. She tried to make do the best she could, but the biggest thing, didn't have, running shoes. And so even just going and doing, weights or some strength training, all she had was dress shoes and flip-flops. So just something to keep in mind to help reduce stress and be prepared to work out when you get there, depending on what your schedule is and what your plan is. Finally, tip 8 is just keeping your routine. Your body functions better when it doesn't have to think. It's in routine, it's not as stressed. So whether that's evening meditation, reading a book or magazine, or just having some time to yourself, try to stick to your routine as much as you can, and that will actually help you feel better while traveling and especially for your next workout. So that includes the nighttime routine. That also includes the morning routine. And one of the best morning routines you can do is the morning transition for triathletes. I'll put the link in the top right there. The bottom line is really sticking to the nighttime and the daytime routines that work best for you, whatever that may be. I really hope this video was helpful for you. If you follow these 8 tips, you will feel healthier and be better prepared for training while you're traveling. If you know of other tips that have really helped you, please put a comment below. Engage with the community. If you're out there traveling a lot, the best travel tips are going to come from you. Please tell us what's worked or what doesn't work. That would be awesome. Please consider subscribing, totally free. Hit that red subscribe button so you won't miss another video. There will be a new one next week. And until then, I will see you out on the trails.